We're doing it here?
Yeah, we just went up right now.
Oh, okay,
We want to
cool.
give another couple minutes.
We'll do it here so long as the internet works.
Yeah. If it permits.
Yeah, it looks pretty good already.
Yeah, it's picking up.
Right. You really are super attorney. Super attorney. All right. Let's get this thing moved in here. Buenos tardes. How's everybody out there today? Hope everyone's doing good. All right. Happy Wednesday, I want to say. There you go. Like it up. That's right. Let's like it up. Let's get those likes up there. Our new standard has become 50,000 likes, which we can get with your help. Need your assistance to get us there. How are you doing, Claire? Nice to see you. All right. So yeah, I'm going to answer some questions. Vanessa, I'll take yours off the top. Can you talk about the K-1 visa process? So yeah, you know, that type of a process nowadays is taking a very long time. So you're talking about a fiance visa, okay? So obviously you're bringing someone into the United States on a visa with the intent to marry them. So you have to, you know, show the government that you do have plans to get married as soon as they're here. So once they come, you have about 90 days to get married. And then once you do, you're able to, provided you're a U.S. citizen, you're able to file an adjustment of status for your new spouse. That's the basis of it. It is taking a couple of years to get those K-1s approved at this point, sometimes even longer. So it might even be quicker to just do the residency process while they're abroad. But anyways, that's it in a nutshell. I'll keep answering these questions. You know, obviously we just jumped on right now. I see a question from Maria. What is your IG? Yeah, so our Instagram page. This is a good point. So if you go to our TikTok bio, you'll see a little button for Instagram. You can touch that. It'll jump you over to the Instagram. Or you can just search for me. It's the same name here, Attorney Andrew Thomas. And what I'll tell you is if you do follow us on Instagram and submit a direct message to us, we'll see it. We'll respond. A lot of times same days, if not by the next day. You know, I look at those things and I try to respond to every one of them. If people are not following us and they send us a message, it doesn't go into the proper folders. We have the filter set up. Has to be too many wild messages and things from bots and all kinds of weird stuff. So that goes into a different thing. But if you do follow us and you send us one, we'll see it. We'll respond. All right. And while you guys are all jumping on here, obviously like this live. It pushes it out to more people. It helps with engagement. It helps us talk to you guys. If you haven't followed us already here on TikTok, how dare you? Follow us for sure. We put out content. We put out updates in immigration law, real updates. We don't do hypotheticals or anything like that. I'm not here snake oil salesman in you or anything like that. It's just what we talk about in reality, what we see and what it applies practically to the questions that we see from y'all on a daily basis. So thank you for following us, Amy and everybody else. Priscilla, thank you for following us. But you know, this is the place to go if you guys need up-to-date immigration news or just legal questions. I've answered a lot of questions in terms of people interested in the law school, going to law school, even moving into the bar exam, people interested in jumping into this field. You know, there it is. And Maria, mine says it's not legal advice because it is not legal advice. I can't give legal advice to people on social media. That's why it says that. You know, obviously you have to hire an attorney to get legitimate legal advice who knows your specific case, your specific process. So what I do here is I provide guidance to people. I can't possibly give legal advice to somebody I'm seeing on a question on TikTok. All right, that's not, you know, you shouldn't rely on that for sure. You know, we can only get a snippet of the things you're talking about. In a real consultation, when we talk to you guys, I will have several follow-up questions for you. Absolutely. Any attorney would. You know, it's just, hey, it's this. Okay, great. Did this happen? When did this happen? Have you filed this? Have you not? When did you get here? Who do you have in your family that can petition for you? X, Y, and Z. We're going to have to go through the whole gamut of things that could possibly make or break your case. And then we can provide you that legal advice. But I can't do it on social media because most of the people that jump on here, not my clients. Hello, handsome. All right, there we go. Feeling good about that. Thank you. Hello to you too. I appreciate it. But yeah, so we got a lot of people jumping on here. Just when you guys do get on here, we appreciate the likes. We obviously appreciate the follows on social media, whether it's TikTok or Instagram. I'll tell you, I answer as many questions as I can here at this time. If you can't get your question answered, the best way to go here is to do a consultation with us, okay? You can it's easy to set a consultation with us. They're free of charge, no matter where you are. So if you're in Texas and you want to come to one of our offices, that's awesome. If you're outside the state of Texas, not within driving distance, you can't make it to our office, give us a call. We do virtual and phone consultations as well, also free of charge. We have numerous clients all over the United States that we have helped with immigration processes. We are here to help you as well. Just call us 833-733-7878. Give us a call. Go to our TikTok and you'll see that number also. And, you know, set your consultation. Anyways, I'm going to start answering the questions. Val, thank you for the follow. All right, Evelyn. I just got approved for my I-485. What's next? So provided you've submitted everything else and you've got approved for that I-485, what's next is you're just waiting for your work permit, followed very closely thereafter by your actual residency card, the green card itself. So congratulations to you if that's where you are. If you got that approval notice, it should be coming shortly to you. I'll tell you on the adjustment of status processes, if it's through a spouse, they've started waiving the interviews for the spousal adjustments of status, which is great. You know, if your paperwork's all been approved and everything, most likely going to waive that interview and move you right to getting that green card, which congratulations, big step. And hey, can you become a citizen with a DUI? Yes, you can. So you don't have to have a completely clean record or anything like that. But when you're filing for an N-400, they do recommend that you have 5 years of time without an arrest before you file that N-400. Okay, so you might want to check on when that happened, and also if there's any other indiscretions in your past. You know, obviously seek a consultation for more information on that. All right. Autumn. My cousin's Japanese wife and U.S.-born baby, they are trying to send her back. Help. I'm sorry to hear that. So I'd obviously want to get more information in there. When you say they're trying to send her back, is she in active immigration court? Has she received a notice to appear in an immigration court? Okay. There could be a lot of scenarios that we're talking about here, but we do that. I mean, we do removal defense. We do help people that are facing deportation from the United States unjustly. We represent thousands of clients in immigration court. So if you need help with those kind of things, you know, obviously give us a call, set a consultation. We'll be happy to talk to talk to them and let them know what their options are. Okay, and go through the whole situation and what they can expect. Okay, good luck to you. Mindy, how does the I-130 work? So an I-130 is the initial application for residency in immigration. So that's where there is a petitioner. There is a family member who has status in the U.S., a U.S. citizen spouse, legal permanent resident spouse, maybe a U.S. citizen child, 21 years or older, something like that. And they're petitioning for an immigrant. And that's the initial petition that sort of unlocks the immigration system for you. Now, to actually get residency, there's going to be more steps involved depending on the immigrant's immigration background. But the initial step is generally that I-130. All right. Thank you for the likes. We're doing steady. We want to keep those going, obviously. If you guys have not followed us, please do so. Or just set your consultation with us if you can't get your question in here. I try to answer as many as I can. All right. Gloria, I came here when I was 2 illegally. My dad never started my process. I'm 19 years old. What can I do? Yeah, so we'd want to check who in your background could help you, right? So with a family-based immigration process, you're going to need a petitioner of some sort. So a petitioner that has status in the United States. So who would that be? You want to ask in your background. So, you mentioned your father. He's still eligible to file a petition for you, although it's going to take much longer now than it would have if he would have filed for you when you were a minor. But he's still eligible petitioner for you. So you can start it that way. Do you have somebody else that could help you as well? Those are questions we want to ask. You might have a process depending on your situation, right? Erica Ruiz. Can I petition my sibling living in Mexico? I'm a U.S. citizen. Yes, you can. So that's one of the categories where you can petition for somebody. So a U.S. citizen can petition for their sibling, brother or sister. Doesn't matter if they're here or abroad, they can enter a petition for you. Now, one caution I will tell you is that is the lowest priority level that they give in immigration. It's considered F4 priority, and if it's from Mexico, you can look at the visa bulletin. But a petition like that's going to take, roughly 20 years to get to the point where you can actually take action on it. So to answer your question, yes, you can petition for them, but practical reality is a 20-year process. So unfortunately, it's not fast by any stretch. All right. A lot of questions flying through. I'm trying to get to as many of these as I can. Okay. Can I take out a Texas driver's license with the work permission card? Yeah, so if you have a federal EAD now, if you have one of those red work permit cards, yeah, you can get a Texas driver's license with that. They will accept it. You obviously have to be qualified to drive, but yes, they will accept that as a form of ID to get that. We can get the likes up a little more. No worries, Erica, you got it. We can get the likes going a little bit more. Generally, the work permit is red. The green is the green card itself. There's one of those combo cards, kind of an odd mix of those colors. But if you're talking about the work permit, it is that red card. All right. Sammy Sunshine. Husband came here when he was 5. We've been trying with other lawyers. No closer than we were 10 years ago. Okay. So, we want to go over your background. So, I would say if you want to set a consultation with us, we'll go over your background. We'll go over your husband's background in its entirety. We'd want to know, what have you filed before? So if you do set a consultation, have ready your receipts, or at least understanding of what's been filed for you before. What was the decisions made on those things? What's your husband's immigration history? I know you said he came here when he was 5, but has he ever left? Has he ever applied for anything else? Has he ever been in immigration court? Has he ever had any issues in his background? We want to know those things. We go into yours a little bit as a petitioner as well. Then we could lay out a process for you that makes sense and give you an accurate timeline as to what we see. Some of them take some time. So if your husband has to do unlawful presence waiver, move into a consular processing, this process could take 4 or 5 years, right? So it could take some time. All right. Thank you for the likes. We're doing pretty good there. People jumping on here too. I'll tell you, one way if you guys want to get a hold of us also, if you're not able to get your question answered here, you just don't want to post it in a public forum, follow us on Instagram and send us a direct message. We answer all of them on there. We go through, I go through there myself. If I can't get to it today, I'll get to it tomorrow. There is a time when I put my phone down, spend time with the family. I don't want to be looking at social media all the time, but I do get back to all of you guys that follow us and then send a message. If you don't follow us and send a message, I don't see them. So, it just goes into it's filtered out. There's too many. We get a ton of those hidden requests, don't we, Frankie?
Yeah.
We just don't have time to answer them all. We try to get to as many as we can, though. Hey, Yanni, how are you? Dania in the house. There we go. All right. Was that Val? Can a person start residency process petition if they have traffic tickets? Of course. Yeah. So, I think everybody's got traffic tickets at some point. But yeah, that's not going to be, that won't prevent you from, moving forward with the residency process, right? If my brother applies for the I-130, should I do the N-400 at the same time? Sure. They're not mutually exclusive. So a lot of clients who become eligible for citizenship are already ready to petition for somebody else, and they want to file them both at the same time. Totally legitimate. If the I-130 gets approved first and you haven't quite become the U.S. citizen, you can always update your category with USCIS after you do. Okay, you can do that. All right, thanks for the follows. Thank you for the likes. I like to see the likes going. That's good. Keep them going. Keep them going. There we go. All right. With the sibling petitioning, will the process go faster if the person has DACA? So no, it's not going to make any difference. The priority level is the exact same whether you have DACA or not. DACA doesn't affect a residency petition, the processing speed, or anything like that. DACA is a completely separate deal. We just did a DACA update video. I believe it's been posted to TikTok already. Yeah, TikTok. Okay, yeah, it's posted on TikTok already. I posted on Instagram?
Not yet.
Not yet. It'll be on Instagram soon, but we'll get it posted. But it doesn't change the speed of that at all. All right, Dania, what are the best options for an F1 without legit VAWA, an employment, or a marriage? Yeah, so Dania, that's difficult. You do need a family member with some kind of status that can petition for you there. There's not really any other way to, because what you're asking to do is to adjust a non-immigrant visa over into a permanent immigration visa status, and that's got to be through a family member of some sort. Generally, there's exceptions to the rule, obviously, but in the U.S. Right, and what Frankie pinged out is the best thing right there. Set up a free consultation. That's the way we can answer you directly. If you're in Texas, you can attend one of our offices directly and talk with us. If you're not and you're out there anywhere else and you want to do a phone or a virtual consultation, we make it very easy for you. We send you a link where you can join us online. We'll do a face-to-face video just like this, just me and you. Or if you can't do that, we'll do it by phone and we'll go over your process. We don't charge any fees. It's consulta gratis, is free of charge. So nothing to lose. I would just say if you do set a consultation, have whatever petitions you filed before ready, okay? Or if you're in immigration court, have those documents ready so we can go over that and we can make your consult, very efficient and give you the answers that you're looking for. You'll go out of there understanding your case, hopefully. We try to break it down as easy as we can. All right. Bianca Bailey, if my husband is petitioning for me and kids, can I apply for a visa? So I'm assuming what you mean, he's entering some kind of residency petition for you. You're not in the U.S. and can you petition for a visa, non-immigrant, like a tourist visa to get in? You can, but the odds that it gets approved are pretty low because they're going to take that as you wanting to come to the U.S. on a permanent basis. They are going to see that you have an active residency petition in the works. So the odds that something like that got approved would probably be unlikely. All right. All right, Selena, or Selena, what's your opinion on DACA, with DACA going into court again? What's our next step to do? Yeah, so that's exactly the video that we just posted. All right, we just posted a video of kind of the latest on that. We're awaiting a decision now. There's nothing else to file. The filing window has closed for this one, so we will see what the judge determines. I don't expect it's going to be a positive ruling in terms of DACA, but I also know that this is not the end of the road. So if it is an adverse ruling of some sort, it's going to be immediately appealed, I assume, by the Justice Department to the Fifth Circuit. And then depending on what the Fifth Circuit does, I am sure it will be appealed and eventually land in the U.S. Supreme Court, which is the highest authority in our land. And they will issue an ultimate ruling. At the earliest, we could expect that ruling sometime in summer of 2024. That's when they release their decisions, things like that. But, it's still going to be a process. I do expect, though, that the next ruling, the next shoe to drop is not going to be a positive one for DACA. If you want to look for a silver lining or something like that, hopefully it prompts action by Congress. I'm a little skeptical of that just because, how many years have they had to do something about it to this point, right? All right. Isabel Herrera, does my husband need to file a I-601A? He is from Honduras. One illegal entry. So, perhaps yes, he does. So, if he has unlawful presence in the United States, and you are his qualifying relative, so let's say, Isabel, you are a citizen or a resident, and you are petitioning for him. He's into the United States once and been here ever since. Doesn't have DACA. Doesn't have anything to mitigate that. Then he possibly does indeed have unlawful presence, and he would need a 601A. Obviously, I'd want to do some follow-up questions with you to confirm that that's what's the truth. But yeah, it sounds like he probably would need something like that. All right. Here we go. Keep going, guys. Thank you. Thanks for the support. I just got my 2-year green card. Can I apply for citizenship with 2 years? No. So when you become a resident of the United States, okay, first it depends on how you became a resident. So let's say you became a resident through a spouse. Okay, that's a common one, right? You became a resident through a spouse. If you're still married to your spouse, after 3 years, you can file your N-400 to naturalize, all right? If you got it in a different way, it's 5 years. Okay, so these are 3 years or 5 years, but not 2 years. One or the other. Myra Hernandez, is there something we can do to speed up the 601A? Unfortunately not. They've just gotten longer and longer and longer with that process. 24 to 36 months, and more towards the 36 months to expect a decision on it, unfortunately. I mean, that's what they're taking. They're taking a very long time with them. Our clients are in the same boat, so, but good luck to you. I mean, I hope that you get an answer on your case soon. Mom in the house. Mom, thank you for joining me. All right. Thanks for the likes. We're doing pretty good on that. If you guys are just now joining us here, I'll reset really quick. Obviously we're an immigration firm. We are located here in Texas. If you haven't come to one of our offices for a consultation and you're here in Texas, do so. Reach out. Come see us. They're free of charge. If you're not in Texas or you're anywhere in the United States and you'd like a consultation, we do those free of charge as well. We do them by video. If you don't have video capability for some reason, we can do them by phone. But we send you a link. We make it really easy. You just click on the link. Boom, there we are. Me and you. We'll be talking just like this, only just me and you. And we'll go over your case. We'll go over all the ins and outs. I'll have a lot of follow-up questions for you. And then we'll break the process down in a very easy and efficient to understand process so that you go away understanding if you do have a case or if you don't have a case. We try to make it very easy for you. And then, if you'd like us to become your attorney, we're here for you. Jessica, yeah, I know there's very few free consultation firms. It's a big thing. Let me tell you, because we have hundreds of consultations, and we've been free since the beginning. When this was a solo office, just me, we were doing free consultations. I've never changed that because I believe in it. I don't think people should be paying for a simple yes or no answer on them to give them that knowledge. So we've maintained that. You will still be meeting directly with an attorney, whether that's virtually or in person. We haven't ever changed that. So if you guys want to talk to us about your case, we'd be honored. Just give us a call, 833-733-7878. If I could get one of those bouncing balls to go over the number that you used to see on the old commercials, if you guys ever saw those things, I would do it. 833-733-7878. There we go. Frankie pings it out. That's a number. You'll see it in the TikTok bio. Also, while you're there, give us a follow. If you want to see us on Instagram, also in the TikTok bio, you can just touch the little Instagram button. It'll jump you over. Follow us there also. And you can send us a direct message. We try to answer them all if you follow us. Audrey, we are located in the state of Texas. Several consultations here, several offices here, but we help people all over the United States. All right. Can I go to the asylum interview without a lawyer? Of course. Yeah, you're not required to have a lawyer for any part of any immigration process. So, absolutely. Just depends on if you feel that you need one or not, or if you feel more comfortable with one or not. Totally up to you. Okay. Hi, my N600 is stuck for a year. How soon would I expect to be a citizen? I can't answer that, because what I'll tell you is an N600 is a difficult thing. I mean, it's very complicated, because what you're doing is you're basically saying that you were a citizen from birth and it was a mistake not to give you citizenship. So they're rarely granted, but not never. So it just depends on your particular situation. I can't give you any generalizations about an N600 because they are so particular to the person. All right. What are we doing? 18,000 likes. Good, not great. Get that up there. We can get it up. We could do better than that. Come on. We'll do better than that. I'm out here shilling for likes on a live. Let's get live. Let's get some likes. Get some likes. It's necessary. It's a necessary process in TikTok. You got to get likes on these things. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
They got to push it out more. The more likes
more likes, more viewers.
More likes and more viewers. I mean, that's just the way it is. So I don't like to keep saying, hey, reset. Give me likes. Give me likes. But if I don't say it, I see they go to 0. And when I say you guys are awesome, you chip in. It's easy. Just tap in the screen. Give us some likes. Very good. Appreciate it. All right. All right. Eva, my DACA expired in 2018. Will it affect my I-130? No, it won't affect your I-130. I mean, there's no requirement that you have DACA to go through an I-130 process. Now, it may or may not give you unlawful presence. It kind of depends on when you got your DACA in the first place. Did DACA prevent you from having unlawful presence? Maybe, if you got it before you were 18. If you let it expire, you might have started accruing unlawful presence, so you might now need a waiver. So it might affect the future after your I-130, but your I-130 alone, it shouldn't affect anything. It should be fine. All right. Thank you. Here we go. Now we're cooking with gasoline. There we go. All right. A lot of questions about Florida. So yeah, I mean, I'm familiar that there is a bill in Florida that's going to crack down, at least what they can do in the state on immigration, right? Well, what you have to understand is that immigration is a federal law, not a state law, right? So they're limited onto some of the things that they can do. So when you're talking about, is it going to affect your ability to apply for your husband, for instance? I see one of the questions. No, absolutely not. They cannot do that. That would be circumventing the U.S. Congress. They can't do that. All right, states can't do that. There's been a history of legal argument in this country about that exact thing. They can't do it. So they can make life more difficult, and it looks like they're appearing to do that. But in terms of who can apply for who, how immigration works, how the immigration courts work, deportation priorities, things like that, Florida has no say in that. None. Okay? Other than that, I can't really comment on a speculative bill. I have a sneaking suspicion a lot of it is political theater. Obviously, we know the governor there in Florida has designs on the White House. I don't know if he's officially announced, but I think everybody knows it. And obviously, there's some of that going on. So we'll see. I mean, if something changes, I'll obviously get on here and let you guys know. I have a lot of clients in Florida that this might affect. Can you explain the EB-5 immigrant investor program? So yeah, we don't do employment immigration right now. We have done it in the past. I mean, obviously, with an EB-5, you have to have a commitment to invest in what they call a targeted industry. You know, usually you have to invest $1 million. You can potentially do it for $500,000 if there's certain circumstances in your background. You have to get your certificate through the Department of Labor, but we don't do those types of processes anymore right here. We are so busy helping families and helping people in immigration court that's what we're handling at this time. So just, do your research and find a very good employment immigration firm, okay? Someone that just focuses on employment immigration. It's too much to handle employment and family and do it in a good way, all right? So do your research and go looking for that. All right. I'm not Rick Grimes. Not Rick Grimes. I have the same first name as that actor, though. Let me tell you. Andrew Lincoln, right? Andrew Thomas. There we go. Close enough. I used to like that show. I feel like it kind of went off the rails there at some point. I used to watch it all the time. And then, did you ever watch that, Frankie? The Walking Dead?
Yeah, I watched like the beginning of it, but I just kind of...
I think the first 3 to 4 seasons of that, maybe the 4, it was awesome. Great show. Then it just kind of completely went off the rails. It was just like, I had to just give it up. They definitely overdid it. It's a zombie show, right? So I was about to say they went outlandish, so zombie shows already, but they just went crazy with it. I wasn't invested after a while. I got bored of it. Plus, I think I finally got over zombies. There's like 15 zombie shows at some point. I think we're almost over that. I don't know what the next big thing's going to be, but probably not zombies. All right. Anyways. Summerstone. Yeah, another Florida bill question. So, yeah, I mean, it's not a law yet. So until obviously goes through and gets signed, it's not a law. Can absolutely go through at this point. We just don't know. I'll be on here and I'll give you guys more information when we see it. We obviously have a lot of clients in Florida that these things would affect. But again, when you talk about immigration, it's a federal law. So can they make life a little more difficult for immigrants in that state? Sure. And that's what they're trying to do. Now, can it affect federal immigration law? No, not at all. They can't affect deportation priorities. They cannot affect who can petition for who, residency processes. They can't do that. All right. Here's a question on how long an I-130 takes to process. So it takes around 12 months. It's a good estimate. Everything's getting a little longer. If you want to know how long a process takes, though, I would say go to USCIS, go to their website, and you can enter directly there, your process and your processing center. They'll give you a good estimate. Hi, guys. If you're joining us now, we're about half the amount of likes we like to see, which, it's good, but we want to see more. Let's get those up there. If you guys haven't followed us, please do so. If you haven't followed us on Instagram and want to send a direct message to us, do that as well. We answer all direct messages from our followers, so please reach out through there. The likes are going up. We like to see that. That's very good. Thank you. What type of law do I practice? So we're an immigration firm, all right? So we do federal immigration. We practice. We help clients all over the United States. Help people seek residency for family members. We help people facing deportation from the United States. We try to keep families together. That's what we do. All right. Thanks for the likes. There we go. Keeping it going. Total wait time has been 2 years. Yeah, so I mean, it depends on your process. They give an estimated wait time. I'm seeing estimated 12 months, but I would tell you I've seen clients wait up to 2 years for that too. It kind of depends on when you filed it. A lot of those processes that were getting filed in 2020 and 2021, they were still caught in that bottleneck of the COVID pandemic where they just weren't processing any applications. Amanda, hello. I see that I don't see a question from you. If you want to ping one out, you got to understand there's a lot of questions getting pinged out here. So, yeah, so if you filed in 2021, there's a lot of our clients that did that as well. I mean, you can put in inquiries with USCIS to see what's going on, but you know, you're just kind of caught in a processing thing. I mean, they'll get to it eventually. I hope. You know, a lot of our clients, we've had to try to just keep pushing and pushing and pushing until we get a decision on it. All right. Thanks for the likes. We appreciate it. So look, here's another thing. If you guys want a consultation with us, all right? And if you've heard me say this again, sorry, but we have people jumping on and off. I know that people don't stick with us the whole time, and that's fine. But we do free consultations, all right? We do free video consultations. We do in-person consultations. We do them for free. You'll meet with me directly or one of the senior attorneys. We'll talk to you about your case. It's easy to set it up, all right? 833. That's the number you call. Okay, ready? There you got the first three. Get a pen. Here we go. 833-733-7878. All right? We practice federal immigration law. We practice in all the states. Yes, we work in Indiana. Yes, we work in New York. Yes, we work in Florida. We work in all of them. I have clients in all of those states. We have a big team. They're a great team. We are able to help everybody. We try to. If we can't help you, we will let you know in the consultation. All right, we'll go through your case, and if you don't have a process, we'll let you know right there. So no money, you know, obviously. We'll just say, hey, look, you can't continue because of these immigration laws. This is the problem. So until there's a change, that's a situation. So at least you walk away knowing and having an understanding. Okay, I understand now why I can't continue, or I understand now why I was working with someone for 10 years or whatever, and I wasn't able to get status because they couldn't do it, but no one ever just told me. It's just better to level with people. So that's what we do. All right. If I lost my recent DACA card, can I renew without it? Yes, you can. So, you know, you'd want to obviously... There's still, I mean, you still want to file that 821D, the renewal. You still want to do that even if you lost your card. That's not a requirement that you have the card itself. I mean, those things happen. It doesn't mean you're not still a DACA holder. You just don't have the card, right? Yeah, if you want to talk with me, want to talk to us in a consultation, again, just go to our TikTok bio. Frankie pings the number out occasionally. Just call that number you see, that 833 number, and set up a free consultation. There it is. There's the number right there. Boom. Dania, so if I have an auntie with U.S. citizen, can she sponsor me as an F1? So no, she can't. Sorry. You have to have. So the family has to be what they called the close family member. So that is a parent with status. You have to have a parent with status. You have to have a spouse with status, right? You got to have a brother or sister who's a U.S. citizen, or you have to have a U.S. citizen child 21 years or older petitioning for you. Those are the only categories, all right? Doesn't include cousins, doesn't include aunts and uncles, doesn't include grandparents, anything like that. Just the ones I named before. If you want to see that, you can go to the Visa Bulletin. You can just Google that, Visa Bulletin, and check on the categories, and they're there, all right? All right. What are we doing? 30,000 likes, 31,000 likes. That's good. That's good. We can keep this going. What are you laughing at?
Someone in the comments took a screenshot of you, and they said, "Oh my God, I look just like you," because they said it as their profile picture in the comments.
Hey.
I've seen that trend on TikTok before.
Hey. That's like that's proprietary. I used to say that's an NFT of me. We don't do NFTs of me on there. Come on. All right. That's all fun and games, but There have been a couple of times where people have impersonated our account. They just lifted
at least like 50, 100 times.
Is that right?
I stayed like trying to block them and stuff.
50 or 100 times, yeah. So be careful out there. I'll tell you, we never talk to people through WhatsApp.
Yeah.
What isn't it always that?
Yeah, it's
always the scam. Yeah, they'll put our picture out there and they'll put on WhatsApp. Hey, call me about your immigration or whatever. So that's extremely frustrating. We would never WhatsApp or anything like that. Just be careful. Obviously, social media is a great tool to connect with people, to get in touch, to get quick questions answered that aren't obvious from Google searches or anything like that. But obviously, be careful about things. Yeah, exactly, Dania. That's right. If anybody wants to talk to you about WhatsApp, about immigration or any legal process, I can promise you it's a scam. Why can't they just get a regular business phone or business email? I mean, come on. Here we go. All right. Yadi, I'm married to a U.S. citizen 6 years. Didn't finish the process. Now divorced. Any hope for me? So no, I mean, you do have to have an intact marriage to complete the process. So you have to obviously be married before you start it, but you have to remain married. The marriage has to remain intact all the way through, actually getting granted the residency itself. Right? We see some likes going. We always like to keep those going. If you guys have not followed us, please follow us. That way you know when these lives are happening. We're definitely doing them more often. Okay? I'm making an effort here. I'm getting on here more often. I've been told, hey, you need to do more lives and things like that. I just never really was finding the time for it. Now I'm just budgeting that time into my day. Here I am, try to answer the questions. But if you want to get alerted when we're on here, give us a follow. And I try to answer your questions as best I can. If I haven't got to them, obviously a consultation is a good avenue. Or you can follow us on Instagram, and you can direct message us. I try to go through there and also answer all of those things, okay? Do I think H-1B visas will change? I don't have any indications that it's going to, but those things are always subject to it. Yeah, there's Frankie pinging out the Instagram. It's the same exact handle as here on TikTok. You can find us really easy. There you go. Please help. I need to find my A number to renew my permanent residency card. The last one was stolen. Okay, so did you not make any copies of anything? Do you not have any old paperwork? Did an attorney or someone help you obtain that permanent, that residency, that green card? If so, you might want to go back to that attorney and ask for a copy of your file. Perhaps they have it, and maybe they have a receipt for you, something to give you a starting point. If not, if you exhaust all of those more simple strategies to look for those things, you can always look into submitting a Freedom of Information Act request, a FOIA request directly to USCIS to get any petitions that were filed for you. I'll just tell you those do take a while to get them back. I know USCIS is taking months and months and months to get them back, but easy to do. You can submit them online even. So just find USCIS FOIAs. You can submit it yourself. Very simple to do. I know some people go to attorneys to submit FOIAs. You don't really need an attorney for a FOIA request. It's a very simple process. How long does it take for a fiancé visa to take in California? I mean, anywhere, California or otherwise, they take a long time. They're not fast processes, okay? So they are taking, 2+ years to get those things granted. And they're making them more difficult to get granted as well. All right. Entered F1 overstayed. Can my daughter, who's 25, petition for me? So yeah, for sure. Yeah, so you can do, it sounds like, obviously I can't diagnose all of these cases just directly here through TikTok, but you might very well be eligible for residency, streamlined process right here in the United States. Hello, Amanda. I've seen you ping out a few things. I haven't seen your question, though. Thanks for the likes. We can keep those going. Yes, we have free consultations for sure. Dania, thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right. Pinkberry, hi, what does a company need to sponsor a work visa for someone out of country? Thank you. So yeah, again, we're not doing, so we do not handle any longer. So I used to handle employment immigration. We are full with family-based immigration, okay? We're full with family-based immigration, people facing deportation from the United States. But I'll just generally speaking, if a work is petitioning you for a work visa, so they have to show a need in whatever industry it is. Generally, they have to show that they couldn't have hired a United States citizen or a legal permanent resident to do that same job. So there's a number of different things they're going to have to do. Then they would submit for the visa. The visa would be the works visa, the employer's visa, not necessarily yours. And ultimately, you would have to go to an appointment at the consulate to get the visa, and provided you don't have any thing in your background or anything like that, at that point they would hopefully grant that to you. All right, we can keep that going. If you need a like, just give us a call, okay, and set the consultation. Dania, do you think they make it easier for an F1? You know, I don't have any indications that they're going to make any changes there. You know, I'm always hopeful that they make things easier for people. We need more good people in the U.S. All right, we just need more good people here. But I can't really give you an answer on that. I don't have any indications one way or the other. All right, B. Hey B, how are you? Is better for a permanent resident parent to file for a child 21 years who overstayed, or a citizen parent? So it's something depends. So if one of your parents is filing for the child, so if it's a permanent resident parent filing for the child, they can only do so if the child is single, so not married. Okay, if they're married, you can't do it. Now, if a U.S. citizen parent, they can file for their child regardless of marital status. Now, if you want to talk about processing times, things like that, they're very similar, but you can look up the Visa Bulletin. If you just Google Visa Bulletin, it'll give you the exact preference categories for if their parent's a resident, parent's a citizen, anything like that, and how long those things are going to take based on the country of origin. All right? But just keep those things in mind. So marital status sometimes does come into play there. All right. Patty Diaz, if someone's 10-year bar is over and they need a 601 and a 212 waiver, can they apply for a work visa while we wait? I mean, technically they can, but they need a basis to apply for the work visa. So you can't apply for instance, a work visa or an employment authorization document or anything out like that based on the waivers. You would have to have a different process entirely, like a collateral process. If you did that, then there's nothing to say prevents you from getting it. But those are two kind of unrelated things. Can't give you any. I mean, it's a little more complicated. All right, Montserrat. If I become a citizen, my non-citizen kid can file for citizenship too. I mean, I can't possibly answer a question like that. There's a lot of follow-up questions I would need to ask you. So, if you wanna submit for a consultation, I'd be happy to talk to you about it. It's a little more complicated. All right. All right. Likes have dwindled. Yeah, like the like. Yeah. 2 minds. There we go. The likes are non-existent. We got to get the likes up. So the likes, I won't feel good unless we get to 50,000 likes. I know we can do it. I know we can do it, guys. We're all on the same team here. You guys can help me out. There we go. Now it's rocking and rolling. Madison, what's processing times for an adjustment of status? All right. Adjustment of status, I'm seeing it take around 12 months. All right. Could take a little longer, sure, but 12 months is a good estimate. They are starting to waive the marriage-based interviews on an adjustment of status, which is great. But, processing alone around 12 months. Okay. Could go a little longer, but USPS lost my green card for family-based immigration, and USCIS phone number is not working. Yeah, I hate to hear that. I have seen that happen before. I mean, get the call. I have seen that happen, but you're probably going to have to submit for a replacement card. You want to make sure that your address is indeed accurate, but you're probably going to have to submit for a replacement card. And that's going to take some time, obviously. Norma, I live in Florida. Can my almost 21-year-old daughter petition for me? Yeah, so once your daughter turns 21, she will be able to, U.S. citizen, I'm assuming, will be able to petition for you for residency. Now, whether or not you can get all the way to residency itself is going to depend on your immigration background, okay? So if, let's say you have unlawful presence in the U.S. You came without a visa, you've been here ever since, never left, all those things. You would need a waiver, most likely. Your daughter would not be able to help you with that waiver. So that's the trick. They can help you with that first part. They can't help you with the waiver. You will have that probably 10-year immigration bar. So without a qualifying relative for the waiver, you would have trouble. Qualifying relative for a waiver, all right, there's only two types. Have to be a spouse with status, all right, you got to be married to a legal permanent resident or a U.S. citizen, or one of your parents with status, all right, legal permanent resident or citizen. And then you got to show there's a hardship to the spouse. There we go. We're moving through. 39,000 likes. We got 11,000 to go. We can get there with your help. We can get there, guys. Let's do it. All right, we can do it. Here we go. Married to a U.S. citizen. I'm married to an American, but I don't have a birth certificate. What can I do now? Get a birth certificate. So you said you're Dutch, so submit for a birth certificate. Look up how to get one in your country. Get a birth certificate. You're going to need one. Definitely going to need one. You need to prove identity docs, those kind of things. What's the wait time for I'm assuming you're just meaning a 601 waiver. They're taking around 24 to 36 months per immigration's website. I found that to be true. Closer to the 36-month mark rather than the 24-month mark. So yeah, it is taking up to 3 years to get those things done. All right. If you guys have not followed us, let me say it again. If you haven't followed us, please jump on there and follow us on TikTok. If you haven't followed us on Instagram, the button's up there on Instagram. You can follow us there. That's a good place to direct message us. We go back through and answer all of them. So all of your inquiries, your questions, or you just want to drop us a line, say hi. We'll say hi back. We're here. I'll go through and answer them all. Maybe not today, but I will get to them at some point. All right. So just give us a follow. We would appreciate it. There we go. Vianney, what's the wait time for a K1 visa? Yeah, so those things, K1s, they are taking 2 years, 2+ years. So yeah, it's a long time to wait for a fiance visa, but that's just what we're seeing. I've seen them take even longer than that, unfortunately. So they don't get in a hurry to approve them and get those kind of visas out. I don't know why. It's just the way it is right now. Ceci, can I apply for citizenship if my green card is expiring soon? Yes, you can. So if you apply for citizenship, they just sent out that new rule where if you apply for an N400, it acts as a natural extension of your green card while you're going through the N400. The traditional rule said you have to go to your citizenship interview with an unexpired green card. I still think that's a good thing to do because you just never know when things are going to change. So if it's expiring soon, you might very well need to go ahead and renew your residency while you're doing the N400, the naturalization, because that alone takes around 18 months. And it can move from Virginia to Texas. Does an address change automatically update jurisdiction? So yeah, you definitely, I think this is what you said, but you definitely do need to do an address change. You need to file that. And then it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to update your jurisdiction. It depends on, first of all, what kind of a process you have, and then where along the line in the process are you, right? Are you just awaiting a decision? Have you just filed it? Has a caseworker looked at it? A lot of that behind the scenes stuff is kind of out of your control. If it's an immigration court case, again, no, it's not going to automatically update the jurisdiction. You're going to have to file a motion for that. You're going to have to change your own venue on that. Vianney, yes, even if you have kids, 2 years. It's not expedited for that. Okay. Bonjour, Justin. How are you? Awesome. All right. What do we have? 42,000 likes. That's good. Doing good. All right. Try to get back through some of these questions that I kind of missed here. I submitted my DACA renewal a year ago and I haven't received my work permit. Is this normal? Yeah, unfortunately it is. I've seen that quite a bit. They're taking quite a long time on the DACA renewals. But if you did submit it and you have your receipt from getting the DACA renewal, 821D, you've submitted that already, that receipt is going to act as a natural extension of your DACA itself, all right? I do not speak Spanish, or French. I do not speak French, sorry, Justin. I was just in France not long ago, but I don't speak French. It's a beautiful country. If you filed an I-130 and approved a while back, does that expire? It could. It could have terminated. So you need to check the status of that, okay? So they will terminate those if there's no action taken on them and you don't respond to their action letters, things like that. It could expire. Okay, you can technically keep them open forever, but you are required to take action on them occasionally. Okay, sometimes they'll even send you out a letter saying, do you intend to pursue a visa with this? If we don't hear from you by a certain date, we will close out your application. That's why it's important to keep your address updated with USCIS. What is the percentage rate to win an asylum case? Yeah, so they're different depending on what state you're in, but it's not a high percentage. Right? They're not easy to win. They're not often that you win them, but there's different outcomes that can be very, very good for a client also. When you're talking about immigration court, someone going through a process like that, it's obviously very emotional when someone's going through an asylum or an asylum adjacent process. There's a lot of different avenues that you can take, a lot of different strategies you can use, but actually getting granted asylum, it's not common, it's not the norm, it can be difficult. But everybody's case is different, right? Some people have a lot more evidence of what happened to them than other people. Some people came here with no evidence, so it's more difficult. Some people came here with a lot of evidence, ready to go forward. All right, so we've got to get this to 50,000 likes. Got to do it. So everybody out there, it just takes some effort here. I'm gonna give myself one. Got to get some likes. Just tap on the screen. Tap 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 tap. Get the likes. Let's get the hearts. Let's get those things. There we go. Get those things going. All right. So we'll get those up there. Thank you. There we go. Now I can continue. Cool. Vima Patel, how long does it take for an I-765 C14? So a work permit application. So those are taking 12 months-ish, somewhere in that range. I've seen them come in 6 months. I've seen them come in 8 months, but the norm, probably 12 months. Hello to you too. If you guys are just jumping on here, if you guys could give us some likes here, we always appreciate it. Thanks for the follows. Jose, thank you. We appreciate the follows as well. We do these lives pretty often. We post immigration updates routinely. We also post some fun videos showing happy results from our clients, just showing you a fraction of our clients that come through. Obviously, many of our clients, I understand. Many of our clients, though, they don't want to be on social media. I get it. Totally get it. And then other ones are more than happy. When do you put me on TikTok? When do you put me on Instagram? I get requests like a drive-through. I'm going to need a Facebook post and Instagram post. I feel like it's a drive-through sometimes, but it's not what it is, Frankie. Some people are super excited and then other people just, no. So I get it. But, we put them on here. So if you guys want to follow us, we'd appreciate it. We get as many people on here as want to be. All right. A lot of good questions out there. You guys are doing good. All right. Beauty therapist, what to do if your husband cancels the filing process? Is it possible to do VAWA if not in the U.S.? VAWA process would be, something from within the U.S. I'm not sure what the question is, but VAWA, if they cancel it, if it's based, if you're obviously married to somebody with status in the U.S. And you suffer from abuse, that would be the process to go through if you're still married or within 2 years of a divorce. So they take a while. I mean, it's considered the F4, what they call F4. That's like the lowest priority level for visas. Probably a good estimate. So it's not a fast moving process by any stretch. So yes, brothers can petition for, a U.S. citizen brother can petition for a brother without status, but you just have to understand how long those things are going to take. Jay, what happens next after an order of deportation is rescinded? So, I mean, first of all, that's good. I mean, it sounds great that you've got the deportation order rescinded. I don't know what happens next. It really depends on what you're talking about. Do you mean it was taken away and then your court case was terminated? I mean, there's differences. So if you're now relief in immigration court to protect again against deportation, if it's been terminated, maybe they did so because they saw that you have a residency process. I don't know. But if you do need help, if you want a consultation, give us a call. We're here. We do free consultations. Again, 833-733-7878, 833-733-7878. Give us a call. We do consults for people all over the United States, all right? It's almost full, if not full already. I mean, maybe they'll get some more in, but we're doing them constantly, so we will have availability maybe next week. I'm not sure. Just call the number, set the consultation. We'll be with you. We'll talk to you guys, and we'll go through your process. All right. We'll keep going. What do we have? 47,000.5. 47.5. 47.6. There we go. It's going up. We got to get to 50,000. It's got to happen. We'll get there. So close. We are so close. We're gonna get there. We're all gonna make it. All right. Do you need to be vaccinated for Corona that's coming? That's when the federal COVID guidelines expire. So after that, most likely not. And there's going to be some changes starting May 11th. So what is that? 2 days, right? Isn't today the night? No, tomorrow. Look at that, tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be interesting to see what happens. All right, Title 42 also runs out. We did a video on that. There's going to be some pretty big changes. So we'll see. We'll be on here. We'll be reporting. I'm going to be a reporter. This reporter is going to be telling you certain things. No, I'm just going to base it on what I see in our practice area. We'll be able to see what we see on the ground, what we see coming in, how things are changing with immigration based on how these federal COVID guidelines expiring affects things. We'll certainly put out videos, so another reason to follow us. There you go. Follow us here. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook if you haven't already. I think we're also building out YouTube. We're building out YouTube, right?
Yep.
So we're building out YouTube also. We'll be able to put more long-form content on there. I just try to give people, solid information. I'm not trying to throw up any dust or anything like that, or confuse people, or give false hope. Don't do that here. We just do straight truth. There you go. That's right. We're putting these things on YouTube. So if you guys missed anything, go over to YouTube. I'm pretty sure it's the same handle. Yeah.
It's also in the bio.
Okay, it's in the bio. Go there to YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube, we have hardly any subscribers on YouTube because it's new. So find us on YouTube. There you go. Find us on YouTube. So Alex, do I think DACA will end? So it's a great question. I just put a video out on DACA. I don't think the next ruling is going to be good for DACA. I don't think that it's going to be good at all. I think it's going to, threaten or even impugn the program entirely. But I also know that that's not the end of the road. The Justice Department is certainly going to appeal it. It's going to be appealed first to the Fifth Circuit, which is where you have to appeal it since it is in the federal jurisdiction of Texas. It's under this Texas Judge Hannon, who has already proven hostile to the program. So it's going to be appealed to the Fifth Circuit. Whatever happens there, what is next? It's going to be the appeal to the ultimate authority in our land, the United States Supreme Court. So they are ultimately going to make a determination, provided Congress obviously doesn't come together and codify this thing, which I don't think they will. So U.S. Supreme Court is probably ultimately going to make the determination. The earliest we could expect an ultimate decision would be when they start releasing decisions. That is in the summer of 2024 at the. Thank you for pointing it out. There we go. It was a long, winding road to get here, but here we are. We've made it. I've made it to the mountaintop. Yeah, I understand, Alex. It definitely. I mean, I have a lot of friends, coworkers that have DACA. I understand the trepidation there, but I do know there's a lot of good people fighting for this. All right, so it's whatever decision comes. It could be released any day. It could be released tomorrow. I mean, all the filings are in, so we expect a decision anytime. It's not the end of the road. It is going to be appealed, and there will certainly be some kind of a process. It's not going to be one day to the next or anything like that. There's going to be more lawsuits, trust me. There should be. All right. This job. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I know there's life circumstances. There's not a way to expedite these processes, unfortunately. It doesn't work that way, just based on life circumstances. But good luck to you. I mean, you've got to get it filed. It takes around 12 months to get it approved. Hopefully you're along that path. Anyways, just want to say to everybody out there, hope you're having a great week. I know there's a lot of things up in the air with immigration. I've seen a lot of your comments. I know in your own lives that these things are affecting you, whether you're in Florida and you're dealing with this. Trust me, I get it. I see and I hear these things all the time. I will come out here and I will let you know any new stuff. I'll cut through all the nonsense. We will tell you how it is. We'll see that. If you want to talk to us directly, you want a consultation, all right, just give us a call. Go to our TikTok bio. Follow us there. Go to Instagram, follow us. Send us a direct message if you want to. If you just want to say hi, send us a direct message through there. We're going to answer them all. I'll get on there and I'll answer them all. But I just want to say, hope everyone's doing well out there. Keep your head up. Things always will end up working out if you just do the right thing and you stay straight, all right? Thanks, everybody. I love you all. God bless you. Stay safe out there, all right?